Episode 22, The Family Connection. Not only my father but also his brothers and their cousins were especially proud of their lineage. It was inculcated into them by their fathers. Our fathers in turn instilled it in us, their children. We all know and grew up with this knowledge. We stemmed from the Meccan tribe of Quraysh. We are from the family of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and as such we are Sayyids. We are also the ancestral leaders of the Kurds. In addition to this, my family also has authentic documents and other valuable relics and artifacts in their possession to back up this belief. Our forefathers were all men of religion. Most of them had titles connoting piety and religious learning. Praise and glory be to Allah. What I had just related serves as a good linkage between myself and the Mahdi. The Holy Prophet Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him, was reported to have said, "An evil tree bears evil fruits and a good tree bears good fruits. So judge them by their fruits." As far as the Mahdi is concerned, it would be expected that he would spring from good fruit-bearing trees, men who had produced good works and who was a shining example to those around him. My father and his family believed that it was by divine plan that the family had settled in South Africa. Allah Almighty had done this to protect them from being ravished and wiped out. When the time is right, the family will trek back to their homeland, which is in Kurdistan. They will be taken out of South Africa and made to settle on their ancestral lands by a member of the family. This person will be especially born and guided by Allah on high to perform this task. Once in Kurdistan, the family will demand what rightfully belongs to them. The Kurdish people will acknowledge them as their rightful leaders. The family will lead the Kurds to fight for a free and independent country. Allah willing, they will be successful. The family believes that they have been divinely ordained to be the leaders of the Muslims. They believe that sometime into the future the whole world will be in a mess. The Muslims will be targeted mercilessly to undermine their faith and their beliefs. During this time, the Muslim leaders and Muslim thinkers will search through the history of Islam to find the answers. They will discover the family and call upon them to take up their rightful place at the helm of Muslim affairs. The family also believes that during the last days before doomsday there will be a struggle between good and evil. The family will be involved in the fight. They, with the help of the Mahdi who will be at their head and who will be from amongst themselves, will lead the fight for good. This battle will be the battle of Armageddon. Above all else, Allah knows best. Expounding on the family connection. From what I had just related, it can be gleaned that talk of the Mahdi was definitely not a foreign concept in our family. This was especially so amongst the male members. On the advent of the Mahdi, they as well as myself believed that his coming will take place sometime into the distant future. This erroneous belief was also held by the general populace all over the world. Oh, thou reader, please be aware of the fact it was only well after my spiritual awakening in April of 1992, nigh onto 15 years ago, that talk of the Mahdi suddenly started to surface all over the world. It is now an accepted fact amongst people in the know that the coming of the Mahdi is imminent. This in itself says much as far as my family's tie-in with this issue is concerned. Allah willing, I will now put flesh on the bones of what I have just written.